you say you want commitment from him. And what I'm trying to say to you is when people show you who they are, believe them. If you want to be single, then just be single. And if you want to be in a committed relationship, choose someone who's not going to cheat.
Here is today's case.
When I first met my boyfriend, I was ready to get married. But now, I'm having second thoughts.
I'm tired of my girlfriend not understanding my lifestyle.
I am fed up with Brenan's behavior.
I am not cheating on Chloe with anyone.
I am tired of Brenan thinking it's okay to sex other women on social media.
She needs to understand that sex sells, and that's how I make my money.
His addiction to women is ruining our relationship.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, as you know, for the first time on Divorce Court, we have a virtual audience, and it's filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Alex from Alaska.
Hi, Alex. Welcome to Divorce Court. We're happy to have you with us today.
Your Honor, today's case is Walker versus Mims.
Thank you, Juan. Chloe Walker,
Yes, Your Honor.
you have brought Mr. Brenan Mims to court today.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say, ma'am, the two of you have been together in a relationship for a year and a half, but you've had a number of issues that have brought you to divorce court, and you want to discuss them here today.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll start with you, ma'am. Tell me what's going on.
I have caught him talking to his ex at 2 a.m. in the morning, and also he has a lot of conversations on social media, sexting other women, and he just craves, I guess, addicted to female attention.
What do you have to say about that, Mr. Mims?
She's insecure. That's basically why we're here today. You know, accusations, things of that nature. So, I mean, a woman.
By virtue of her being a woman, which I am too, by the way, you're saying that she is, by nature, being accusatory and overreacting.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Not off to a great start, Mr. Mims, but I'll hear further from you, Ms. Walker. Give me some examples. You say there's actually been incidents where Mr. Mims has stepped out of the relationship.
There has. Well, so my first problem with him was the phone call at 2 in the morning. So we DoorDash pretty much to make our income. DoorDash, Uber, that's the main part of our income. So I had ran the whole day, so then he took over for the night. So I just fell asleep in the passenger seat, whatever, I'm knocked out. So I hear his voice, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, you talk to people in the drive-thru. I start listening, and he got this little sweet voice going on.
The phone's on speaker in the car?
He was on speaker in the car, like, he didn't even care. I was like, okay.
What do you
Then
hear?
I hear him say his ex name. I'm like, all right, hold up, wait a minute. I was like, I must be tripping. And then I hear this man tell her that he loved her and all that. So I pop up and he just looked at me like, hey, baby, who is you talking to?
What did he say?
Huh? I was like, if you say, huh, you heard what I said. Like, I'm not finna play with you, who is you talking to? And then he said his ex name. I was like,
So you still tell your ex you love her?
I didn't say I love you. No, I didn't. I definitely did not say I love you.
And you said that's what you
never
heard.
Yeah,
came
that's
out of
what
my
I heard,
mouth.
not
That
what I
never left my mouth. Never. Never left my mouth.
Okay. What else, ma'am?
he has sent vulgar, very vulgar messages to multiple females over Messenger and over just his regular text. So he's an artist or whatever, so he be out. I understand females are involved with artistry if you rap and whatever. But for you to hop in one, talk about you wanted to grab her butt, and for you to hop in another, talk about you wanted to feel all over her whenever y'all was out, knowing that was the day I was not out with you because I was at work. I'm like, that's crazy to me.
And you
That's
said these
so
are
crazy.
DMs?
Yes.
So how do you see them?
On his phone.
Did you know that she's going through your phone?
I mean, I gave her my password. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not.
So you have nothing to hide.
At
You
all.
just do what you do, is what you're saying.
No,
I'm
that's-
looking
no,
at
that's
you.
definitely
Is there-
not what I'm
Am I
saying.
going to see anything inappropriate in these messages, sir?
Not from my standpoint, no.
Okay, so let's see the messages. That's what's up. So how is Miss, and you refer to a body part, doing? And then you go on to say you're in need of some attention. You're referring to he as another body part of yours.
That could be me.
You tell this individual, which is a woman, what you want to do to her, and you say, I want to do something so bad. Okay, so you are in a committed relationship, are you not?
Correct.
And so you don't find that these messages are problematic?
I mean, this is just these things are promotional things. Like half of these.
Oh, what are you promoting?
This my music.
I want to know what song you're discussing in this
That's the
conversation.
song name. That's your new song. That's what it was.
You want to just talk about it and tell the truth?
Yeah, it's just messages. It's just messages. A lot of these women are out of state. I would never see that.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're just saying, I'm just looking at the messages. You're saying that these are just messages, but unfortunately for you, you're telling them you want these sexual favors. And no one believes that you are promoting your music in these conversations.
No.
Not the ones that I'm reading. It's interesting that Mr. Mims we've been discussing his communications with women that he talks to on social media. Isn't that how the two of you met?
It is.
Tell me about
it
that.
Actually is. So he actually hit me up on Facebook on some business because I'm a choreographer in the Dallas area. So his music, my choreography, he was trying to see if I could choreograph to some of his songs. So I went out with him to a bar in the area that he was performing at. And I mean, when he performed, like everybody came in off the patio. I was like, okay, so maybe you will live something. So I'm like, all right. So from there, we left after that, and then I guess technically had our first date. Like we went out to eat, we
So
talked.
I just think it's interesting that the two of you met in the same way. You might actually have been doing business and promoting something.
Again, somebody that's out of state.
Actually, in this message, you talk about how you have transportation to go wherever you want to meet this person. So you address the out-of-state issue if that is where she is.
And I've never met this girl, still yet to this day.
Well, the problem is what you say in this message. It looks like you're ready. So I'm looking at a number of messages. Let's go to the next message. So you're saying you have a car, you have 4 wheels. That'll help you get there. Just shoot the address, and one of these weekends you will come and do something to her for lunch and dinner, a late night snack.
Again, somebody that's out of state.
What you don't understand is where a person lives is irrelevant as to whether or not the messages themselves are appropriate. That's the first thing. Number 2, actually, in this message, you talk about how you have transportation to go wherever you want to meet this person.
Exactly.
So you address the out-of-state issue if that is where she is.
Exactly.
And I've never met this girl, still yet to this day.
Well, the problem is what you say in this message. It looks like you're ready. You say, I'm ready to do things to you.
Well, that means I'm doing a good job of making them believe something then.
So you're saying you're doing all of this just to promote your music.
Yeah, you got to flirt to get successful. That's what you got to do. It's
How's
part of
that
the
working
job.
out for you, sir?
Great.
Tell me about those hits.
Actually, right now,
They just keep on coming.
I'm with it.
right now, I actually have a song that's just newly got edited, and we're actually finna put it on the radio out in Dallas, Texas.
So why do you say you have to do all this? Why can't your talent just lead the way for you? How do comments about you wanting to sleep with a woman lead to success in your music career?
Because
It's
not.
just like with a relationship, you would do more for yours than you would for somebody that you're not really, messing around with.
So what exactly do you want these women to do for you?
Like I said, basically, go stream my music, go share this, go promote
Sir, a
this.
stream is worth about $2.99.
Well, she said it was multiple women, so hey,
It
that's
was.
$2.99
Well, Your
times.
Honor,
Yes, Miss
So,
Walker.
Even if all that wasn't anything, he's also left me stranded at his homeboy's house multiple times.
What do you mean by that, stranded?
Like, so they have shows at night. So him and his homeboy went to the show, took the car, whatever. So I wake up and all I see is his homeboy. I don't see him. So I'm like, okay, where's he at? He went to Quick Trip. Oh, okay, all right. 3 hours later, he's still not back from Quick Trip.
Where do you think he was?
I was assuming that the ex I had caught him on the phone with that morning, that's what I was thinking.
Well, that's a
That
big
ex.
assumption to make from that one
It
conversation
was,
you heard.
but that's what my
Where
that's what
were
my
you,
head
sir?
went to.
I'm assuming you're going to say you were out promoting your music.
Actually, you're wrong.
You were
I actually
because I looked at your
actually-
GPS when you came back.
Miss Walker, I just asked you if you knew where he was.
Mm-hmm.
You said you assumed he may have been at his ex's. So do you know
assumption.
or not?
No, I didn't know while he was out, but I'm saying when he got back and I hopped in the car, And he started typing something in the GPS, and I saw the last address that wasn't no Quick Trip. It was like 40 minutes away from where we were.
So whose address was it?
It was an address to one of his ex's house.
Mr. Mims, what were you doing at your ex's house in the middle of the night?
I wasn't there.
Where were you?
I was asleep.
You were in the house?
No. I wasn't in the house. I was in the car asleep.
So you left a house where you were and were sleeping in your car? Taylor is one of Mr. Mims' exes.
Still been, trying to get back with me, sending me text messages and stuff.
You have text messages too? You tell Taylor that your heart is hers. Do you want to be in a committed relationship with Miss Walker? If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Miss the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. Miss Walker?
Yes, Your Honor.
You state in your papers that Mr. Mims has left you stranded twice. And you said that one time you had to call your best friend to pick you up at 8 o'clock in the morning because he left and never came back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that true?
That is true.
So how did you get home?
I had to call my best friend Jayla to come pick me up.
Okay, I'll hear from Jayla now. Jayla Norfleet, are you with us?
Yes, Your Honor.
I understand you are here testifying on behalf of Miss Walker to a specific incident. Tell me about your knowledge of this incident, ma'am. What happened?
My best friend called me at 8 a.m. on said morning, in tears, frustrated, as usual when she calls me, because it's normally about something he's done. So she asked me to come be her hero, as usual, and come pick her up. And I love Chloe, so I go. And we get there, and I'm like, so where's Brenan? She's like, I don't know. I haven't heard from him. And of course, when he called her, he gave her some story about how he got too drunk, he couldn't drive or whatever. But I know where he was. I know he was with Taylor.
And Taylor is one of Mr. Mims' exes, as I understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is that who you were with that night, sir?
No, I was not there.
Okay, thank you, Miss Norfleet.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Miss Norfleet mentioned Taylor, and she mentioned your relationship with Taylor, and I understand that Taylor is also here via Skype and has some testimony she would like to present to the court.
Yes, she is.
So I'll ask Taylor Thomas to appear now via Skype. Taylor Thomas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Miss Thomas, what would you like to add?
I originally met Chloe because she called me looking for Brenan one day. And, we kind of just discussed, our relationship with Brenan and how he cheated on us. So, yeah, and she told me about a girl, and I remember the name of the girl that she told me because, she, popped up in a relationship that I had with him. And she happened to know where the girl stayed. So we went over there, and sure enough, he came outside, with the girl. And Chloe broke up with him that day, and she gave him his stuff. They cut ties, but, I guess she forgave him and went back. I tried to warn her about him, but she didn't listen. And, Your Honor, he's still been, trying to get back with me, sending me text messages and stuff, and I have submitted it to the court proving so.
You have text messages too?
Yeah.
These women is...
Let me see your text messages, Miss Thomas. I'm showing you the love is still there, but I can't force you to see it. That's you, Mr. Mims. So in this message, I just want to be clear. You tell Taylor that your heart is hers. And that was just a couple of weeks ago. Ms. Thomas, thank you for being here. I appreciate your testimony and you providing clarity to the court today.
No problem, Your Honor.
Mr. Mims, do you want to be in a committed relationship with Miss Walker? Was that the agreement when the two of you started dating?
Well, it wasn't really an agreement to do anything. It was just more or less of something that kind of just parlayed itself into a relationship. It wasn't a talk it out or we're going to.
Was there an agreement that the two of you would only see each other and no one else?
Nothing was ever concreted.
nothing was ever concrete. Is that true? So the two of you have not been in a committed relationship?
No, Your Honor, he's lying. He is just straight lying. We did have a conversation about this, and him saying that he did just want to stick to one woman. That he told me he's done stuff in his past, but he's ready to just have one woman to be committed to. We even, like, at the beginning of this year, before all this started happening, we were talking about marriage and everything and getting engaged. I don't understand.
You never had this conversation that she's talking about right now?
Well, here of late, yes, but I mean, in the beginning of everything.
Well, these messages are from a couple of weeks ago. I'm just asking because I'm looking at messages from throughout the relationship.
That's hearsay. I mean, I don't, you're not.
Well, actually, she's here in court. It's not hearsay. And I have all these text messages that you don't deny. You just say there's another reason you're sending them, but it's not cheating.
And I'm not.
Mr. Mims, I was born during the day, but I was not born yesterday. And sir, I also happen to know a little something about how aspiring artists can have successful music careers. Mm-hmm. You're using your music as a cover to do what you want to do with other women. All I'm saying is just don't commit to a relationship.
Everything doesn't work out the same for everybody.
You said you are a rapper, you are young, you are ambitious, you want to pursue music. I'm just saying, just don't be in a committed relationship.
This is the thing. If I tell you exactly who I am and you don't believe it or you choose not to listen, then I'm not doing anything but being me. You know,
Did you not say you were going to stop doing it, or I'm just crazy?
So, Ms. Walker, I'm actually turning to you now because I don't quite understand why we are here. Mm-hmm. If it happens once, where you find something that's inappropriate, maybe you can chalk it up to a mistake, a one-time indiscretion. If it happens twice, it's really unfortunate because you're not being respected. But when you see it's happening multiple times, that's when you know it's a pattern, and patterns don't lie. You have the advantage of knowing an ex of Mr. Mims who has come to court to testify today that the two of you actually went to a woman's house together and you broke up with him after you found that he was with someone else. She's also here in court today presenting evidence of text messages just from a few weeks ago. So is your decision-making at this point a function of your youth or lack of self-esteem or both? Or are you just choosing to be willfully ignorant about what's before your very eyes?
I don't feel that I'm being ignorant, Your Honor. I don't. It's not a self-esteem issue either. I just feel that aside from this, he's everything else that I wanted.
Okay.
So it's more me.
So if this is what you want, then have at it. But what you want is someone who's not committed, who's going to continue to message other women, who's going to continue to pursue his ex-girlfriends, who's going to continue to be caught up at someone else's house, then Mr. Mims is your guy. So what you're really here for is because you want him to change and you want him to be someone he's telling you he's not. So that's the choice you have to make for yourself, Ms. Walker, because he's already told you this is what he wants to do. Just be single. Mr. Mims, that's the best thing for you is to just be single. That way you can be single, you can mingle and promote all day long in anyone's DMs you want to do. But it's not his choice anymore, Ms. Walker. It's yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
But what she's not saying,
Good luck to both of you.
I thought Judge Fake's verdict was maybe semi-true. Is that what I'm thinking? Gotta have self-esteem issues or something to deal with that 3 times, like, and more, so.
When Judge Faith tells me told me that I should just be single, I feel that that decision is mine. That's up to me. If that's what I want to do in my life, that's what I do. If not, then I'll continue.
When it comes to Judge Faith's decision, yeah, I think she was right. I must go through some type of self-esteem something because all that, like, yeah, you may be some things that I want, but everything else, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. I didn't know about that, and you said you would stop it, so I'm not trying to do that.
I asked you to drop me off.
You're so full of it.